Rounds of thunderstorms kicking back in. We're tracking another flood threat for much of the state.
I've never seen nothing like it.
A Breathitt County woman who lost her home in the flooding now faces a new problem. Tonight, her struggle trying to get federal help.
Also on WKYT News at 11, they helped in hundreds of water rescues. See how the governor is thanking first responders here in Lexington.
With First Alert Weather, this is WKYT News.
Good evening to you. Rain and storms moving through tonight.
And we're really going to have to watch this because the wet weather is going to stick around off and on the next several days. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the threat. Our First Alert Weather Day continues as we keep everybody up to date.
Yeah, it's going to roll through Friday. We're going to carry this into Saturday as well. Another flash flood potential maker is on the way to the region. We're expecting another 1, 2, 3 inches of rain for much of Kentucky over the next 48 hours. Some local spots in there may exceed that, and those will be the areas where we're going to have to really keep a close eye on for the potential for flooding. So our flood watch has now been expanded, thankfully, to include the entire central and eastern parts of the Bluegrass State. This is going to go through tomorrow evening. I suspect that's going to get expanded deeper into the day on Saturday as well. Look at rainfall from 2 thunderstorms that passed over far southern parts of Fayette County, the south side of Lexington. Look at those rain totals, and it rained for about an hour, hour and a half. You're talking 2.9, almost 3 inches of rain from the Polo Club Boulevard area near Hamburg back through Jacobson Park and toward Tate's Creek and Armstrong Mill. And then surrounding that was a quick 1 to 2 inches of rain. We had some street flooding from those thunderstorms that at one point were considered to be severe. A little minor wind damage too. Showers into eastern Kentucky. If we get a shower like what we had in Lexington with 2 or 3 inches of rain, we're going to have flooding again in some of these same areas. So that's why we really got to be aware of where the radar is pushing those showers and storms through tonight and tomorrow. Nothing into central Kentucky. Watching that western sky, a little action around Shelbyville, back west of E-Town, Bardstown, toward Brandenburg. All of a sudden, look at the showers and storms that are beginning to develop. Guys, there's a little spin that is showing up here across western Kentucky. That's going to roll its way across the Bluegrass State tomorrow and tomorrow night. We're going to see thunderstorms that will blow up and kind of spin around that low, and with tropical air in place, we're likely to see more high water issues. I'm going to show you that future radar when I come back in a few minutes.
All right, Chris, we'll see you then. This is one view of the storms tonight from Lexington. A viewer sent in this video. This is from the Andover area, and you can hear the wind and the rain, just how intense it was. And we're also seeing some power outages tonight, about 2,500 for KU customers. A viewer sent us this video these pictures from Nicholasville Road, said a tree took out a transformer in that area.
And all of this, of course, continuing because for the last week, we have been showing you the heartbreaking aftermath of those deadly flash floods in eastern Kentucky, homes that were washed away and families now simply having to start over.
The recovery process will take months, if not a year or more, as people wait for federal aid. As WKYT's Chad Hedrick explains, one woman is still waiting for a response from FEMA and is afraid she'll be denied. It's our top story at 11.
A sign for help next to Cassandra Scotland's driveway shows the desperation after losing her home to last week's flood.
I had a home that burnt in 08, and this is more devastating.
Cassandra has to walk through thick, deep mud to get to her home, which was pushed off its foundation by the force of the water.
The first time I saw it, I couldn't even get up to it because there was still water around it. The creek was right over there.
Her home sits far on the other side of Route 15 from where Lost Creek is, raising several feet into her home.
I've never seen nothing like it.
Damage along Route 15 near the Breathitt-Perry County line is indescribable. Homes wiped away, cars in creek beds.
As hard as it is for me to ask for help, there's other people here too that's hurting worse than I am.
Cassandra has applied for FEMA and is still waiting for a response. As the days pass, she's worried she won't get any help. I asked Governor Beshear about her concerns.
Do not give up. If you're initially denied, appeal. Don't stop. We are talking to FEMA officials. I even mentioned to the president, We'll be having more of these conversations, that more people have to qualify for FEMA.
The governor says rates from western Kentucky after the tornadoes were, quote, far too low and unacceptable. For Cassandra, the funding will be a big relief, but says moral support can be just as helpful as she picks up the pieces.
Even if you just got a kind word to say to me or a word of encouragement, that's better than nothing. I could use that right now at this point.
A helping hand and a bit of hope, something these families could really use. In Breathitt County, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
Several FEMA mobile registration sites are going up in the impacted areas so that officials can meet with the flood victims and help with their claims. They're going to be open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and we will have a list of those locations for you on WKYT.com.
And we want her to hang in there, certainly. Samaritan's Purse is still working in eastern Kentucky and helping with flood relief. It's one of many groups focused on helping eastern Kentuckians rebuild after the devastating floods. And program manager Matt Campbell, who is a native of eastern Kentucky, says it's really an honor to come back home and serve alongside volunteers and give back to a region he calls home.
When you have that happen, and you have people that are willing to come in and volunteer, they give up their time from across the country, giving their time of free to be able to help and serve in Jesus' name as we go out and serve, it really helps make a difference as homeowners are still processing and grieving.
And the organization is telling us they are having volunteer orientation sessions every day. That is, you can learn what they do and then get involved. That happens once at 7:30 in the morning and once around midday at 12:30 daily.
We continue to hear more stories of survival from those who were able to get out of the water. Naomi Williams and her 82-year-old grandmother were the only two people in their home when the flooding hit southeastern Kentucky. They were treading water at times for over an hour trying to reach a hill behind their home. Naomi says there wasn't much for her to grab onto as she and her grandmother climbed up a nearby mountain and waited there for 16 hours.
It was just a limb. It wasn't even a tree, a limb is what we held on to. And somehow I managed to pull us both out of the water. And when we got on the hill, we couldn't stay steady for like 5 minutes because when you stayed, the water kept on rising. So it was like a continuous climb up a steep mountain.
Well, luckily, Naomi and her grandmother, they made it out of the hills with nothing but some scratches and poison ivy, and the bravery that it takes to overcome that.
Literally chased by the water. Yeah.
Governor Beshear saying thank you to the first responders who helped with hundreds of rescues in eastern Kentucky.
He had a unique way of doing that. It started today with a visit to the Lexington Fire Department. The governor says the Swift Water Rescue Team assisted in missions that saved more than 2,000 lives. WKYT's Grayson Passmore talked to some of those crew members tonight.
It's the highest honor Governor Andy Beshear can bestow, commissioning these first responders as Kentucky colonels.
I mean, they all put their lives on the line. Some of them had their kids here today. I mean, they had to have been thinking about them in some of these harrowing rescues.
More than 50 Lexington Fire Department Swift Water Rescue crew members were originally tasked to help in Hazard, but when they got to Breathitt County early Thursday morning, they quickly realized that's where they were needed most.
We actually had a crew that rescued 8 people off of one roof. When they went back, the house was gone.
The intensity of the rushing water was nothing like Major Adam Sorrell had seen or worked in before.
We had cars floating by, a lot of debris in the water, which made boat operations very hazardous. We have to use swift water boats, and it made it very difficult to navigate up through there. The crews are having to wear dry suits because we consider the water contaminated. So while they're in the dry suits, they can only handle maybe 1 or 2 hours, and we were asking them to work 3 and 4 hours in that heat.
But it didn't matter to these first responders. There were hundreds of people left to save.
And it was just great to see the people come back to shore and be on dry land. And when you see someone that goes from imminent danger to being safe, it's a feeling that you really can't describe.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
And Lexington Fire Department crews are still helping in eastern Kentucky. They're now part of incident management teams that are already on the ground, and they're now helping people start to rebuild.
Appalachian Regional Healthcare has been collecting donations all week at their headquarters here in Lexington. And today, Governor Beshear visited the donation drive to meet with volunteers. And I had a chance to talk one-on-one live in our evening newscast with the governor about the relief efforts.
Bringing everything that they can, knowing that our brothers and sisters in eastern Kentucky need our help. Thousands of people now with just the clothes on their back. But what we've seen in Lexington and around the state is an amazing outpouring of support. And we're a state filled with good people, and we're proving it.
Yeah, we are seeing it every single day. A reminder, WKYT is partnering with Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky and ARH for fundraising efforts. You can scan the QR code that you see there on your screen. It's going to take you right to our fundraising page. There you can find information on both of those flood relief funds.
We have a lot more news for you tonight on WKYT. Federal charges against 4 Louisville officers in the Breonna Taylor case. The latest details on that investigation next.
We didn't have no time to get nothing out of my little apartment in the basement. I lost everything.
After the sun comes up, we'll start to see all the devastation come into light, and there will be plenty of it.
We have water rescue crews out here trying to get people out of mobile homes.
We're getting roads that are flooded. We're getting a lot of reports of homes and businesses that are being flooded as well in these same areas.
We're going to have some help, more than what they brung in here the last flood.
Speed up your drive with First Alert Traffic. Mornings on WKYT. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
A warm DQ biscuit. A sizzling Purnell sausage patty. This sausage biscuit sandwich is the ultimate breakfast. A warm DQ biscuit. A sizzling Purnell sausage patty. This sausage biscuit sandwich is the ultimate breakfast. Whoa, deja vu. Oh, wait, you get both. Deja Biscuits. Stop by today to get the DQ sausage biscuit twin pack. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating because I had no control.
But protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you.
All backed by LifeLock's $1 million protection package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
Everybody needs to have LifeLock.
Identity theft protection starts here. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com/get25 and use promo code GET25 to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Hi, I'm Bonnie and I'm an alcoholic.
How many men at this meeting have you slept with?
This is a sacred space dedicated to recovery and healing. 6. Couldn't imagine life without getting loaded. I have something even better. I have dignity.
Mom. Weeknights at 11 on the CW Lexington. Start your day with Victor, Kristen, and Jim. Weekdays on WKYT Mornings.
It is a WKYT First Alert Weather Day. Hi, everybody. As we head toward the first Friday of August, first weekend of the month, we've got more in the way of those heavy rain-producing showers and thunderstorms heading our way. We've had those already today. Here's the graphic with that First Alert Weather Day for the local high water issues through Saturday. This stuff may become a little more scattered on Sunday, and then we're going to crank it back up Monday, late Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We're not through with this yet. Flood watch is out through Friday. I suspect this is going to go into Saturday as well. Radar, all of a sudden, look at Western Kentucky. We've got that spin that is out there. So those showers and thunderstorms are cranking across Western Kentucky, and then they're going to slowly make their way to the east and northeast as we go through tonight and through the day tomorrow. That little shower we had a Twitter report out of Breathitt County showing, saying that the ditches, just with a passing shower, filled up and were coming over the roads. That's how waterlogged these areas are. 14 inches of rain will do that. That's what we had in some of those areas last week. Radar into central Kentucky, not a whole lot. Shelby County, a little shower action. Anyone tonight, fair game for some thunderstorms to go up, especially late night, early tomorrow morning. Going to watch west of 65. That's what we're dealing with those thunderstorms spinning around a system, a mesoscale low that is slowly creeping its way out of southern Illinois into western Kentucky. It's going to make its way across the state, and as we go through tomorrow night into early on Saturday, I've painted this area in red for the highest chance for flash flooding during the next roughly 36 hours. Now, obviously, this does include those hard-hit areas of southeastern Kentucky. We don't want anybody to get hit by flooding. We don't want anybody to have to suffer, right? But they've suffered enough here in the southeastern parts of the state. Into the western half of Kentucky, 8 o'clock in the morning. Notice how those showers and thunderstorms take over. They start to get into central Kentucky as you go toward the latter part of the morning into the early afternoon and getting into eastern Kentucky. This is at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. 4, 5 o'clock into the afternoon, those waves of thunderstorms look at the southeast. Those crank into the afternoon. Tomorrow evening, waves of showers and thunderstorms continuing to target some of these same areas, even into noontime on Saturday. Look at the thunderstorms. And again, this is the short-range model that's known as the HRRR. This thing is spitting out some amounts of several inches showing up over the next 36 to 48 hours. So we really have to be on guard for some more flash flooding over the next 48 hours. And then as we go into the weekend, we're going to start to see this become a little more scattered on Sunday and into Monday. And I think we crank it back up again Tuesday into Wednesday. Guys, this is one of the wetter patterns you're ever going to see across Kentucky, unfortunately. And again, tomorrow we really have to keep our guard up for more cloud bursts and more flash flooding.
Right.
It's a tough way to be wrapping up summer, you know? Yeah, it does. All right, thank you.
We're going to take another look now at the storms. This is from a video from the viewer in Polo Club tonight in the Polo Club Boulevard area. I'll get it out. The storms are really whipping through the area tonight, and this is what these storms can do, flooding roads in Lexington. This is at Nicholasville Road and West Tiverton Way. Water covering the turn lane there and up to the bottom of some of the cars. And when high water is in the area, remember, please do not drive through it. Avoid it when you can.
I mean, look at that. That was really up. And 4 people are hospitalized with serious injuries after being hit by lightning near the White House. Washington, D.C. fire officials say the 4 people were struck at Lafayette Park. Officials say all 4 have life-threatening injuries. The park has been closed for the night. The U.S. Justice Department announced federal charges against 4 current and former Louisville police officers in the raid that led to the death of Breonna Taylor. Deborah Alfarone has the details.
Breonna Taylor's supporters joined hands and cheered.
Say her name. Breonna Taylor.
The group reacting to news that 4 Louisville, Kentucky police officers have been charged with civil rights violations in Taylor's death. Taylor's mother said the day is overdue and painful.
Y'all learning what we've been saying was the truth. That they shouldn't have been there and that Breonna didn't deserve that.
26-year-old Taylor was shot to death in her own home in 2020 by officers who broke down her door, executing a search warrant.
This investigation has been going on urgently.
Announcing the federal charges, Attorney General Merrick Garland said Taylor should be alive today.
We share, but we cannot fully imagine the grief felt by Breonna Taylor's loved ones and all of those affected by the events of March 13th, 2020.
One of the 4 charged, Brett Hankison, was among the officers who fired shots that night. He was acquitted on state charges of wanton endangerment earlier this year. 2 others are accused of falsifying the affidavit to obtain the search warrant and attempting a cover-up. And the 4th is charged with making false statements to investigators. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump.
Because of Breonna Taylor, we can say this is a day that black women saw equal justice in the United States of America.
Taylor's death fueled racial justice protests across the country and the movement to hold law enforcement accountable. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News.
Now, 2 of the charged police officers had been fired before the DOJ announcement, but Louisville's police chief says the department has started termination procedures now against officers Goodlett and Meany. And Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, whose office led the state investigation, said in a series of tweets tonight that it was his office's primary task to investigate whether the officers who executed the search warrant were criminally responsible for Taylor's death. He continued on to say that he is proud of the work of the investigators and prosecutors.
Sending more help to Eastern Kentucky. See how some youth football teams are getting involved.
Lexington Overstock Warehouse. Open this weekend only for our big summer clearance sale. Get incredible deals. Grab this Ashley 2-piece sectional for only $7.99. Hurry in this weekend before they're gone. Lexington Overstock Warehouse. Low overhead. Really low prices.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
Are you looking to sell your vehicle? Horsepower Motor Sales of Frankfort is now open and we're ready to buy your car, truck, or SUV. The demand for used vehicles is on the rise and you can get top dollar for your old car even if you don't buy from us. With over 100 years of combined experience in the automotive industry, we're excited to be serving the Frankfort area and we're ready to make you an offer on your vehicle today. So bring your vehicle to Horsepower Motor Sales right off Versailles Road next to Tractor Supply and let us put money in your pockets. You know us, you trust us, come see us.
Did you know you don't have to be 65 years old to qualify for Medicare and Medicaid? Many people who are already on Medicaid also qualify for a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan, which means you can start taking advantage of all these benefits right now. A $0 or low monthly plan premium, preventive and comprehensive dental coverage, hearing coverage, vision coverage, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, plus extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, home-delivered meals, and WellCare's telehealth services, which include online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. If you know you're eligible or think you might be, call 1-844-983-0102. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide or visit enrollwellcare.com to enroll now. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
Some flood victims from Wolfe County woke up in a new shelter today. Red Cross officials moved residents to the Wellness Center in Morgan County.
Red Cross officials say right now there are more than 460 people and families being sheltered by the Red Cross throughout eastern Kentucky, and 280 Red Cross workers are on the ground. They say they have more than 50 people and families staying in the shelter in Morgan County, and at this point, there is no timetable for how long the shelter will be up and running.
At least 2 weeks. We're not sure. It may be a month. We just really don't have a definite timeline on that yet.
And officials say the Red Cross will be bringing in caseworkers to talk with each of these flood victims to figure out what the next steps are in their recovery.
In Franklin County tonight, youth football teams organized an event to help eastern Kentucky flood victims. The Franklin County Youth Rams and the Elkhorn Middle School football program put the event on to gather supplies for people in eastern Kentucky. They're going to be taking those supplies there tomorrow. One parent we talked to tonight says he feels a special personal connection to Perry County especially.
My wife and I met at Buckhorn's Children's Center back in 2005 when we worked down there with the kids at the children's home. We saw the devastating floods on TV. The school down there was underwater. Those folks, specifically in Perry County and Buckhorn, were kind of the folks that felt, kind of the most worst part of it. So we just wanted to do something to give back.
Well, Hensley says that he is excited to take his son along tomorrow so that he can help spread the love with them. And a reminder, WKYT is partnering with Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky and ARH for fundraising efforts. By scanning that QR code on the screen, it's going to take you right to our fundraising page, and there you can find information on both flood relief funds. And boy, we have seen a lot of people spreading a lot of love over the last week.
There's no doubt about it. And so many connections, as that story points out, certainly. Lee Kay's joining us now with sports, and a new location has been set for Kentucky's game against Gonzaga this season.
That's right. You know, the Bulldogs play in a 6,000-seat arena on campus, but they'll play in a larger venue when the Cats come to Spokane. Plus, see a cool moment today at the camp hosted by C.J. Frederick and Kellen Grady. That's next in sports.
Start your day with Victor, Kristen, and Jim. Weekdays on WKYT Mornings.
With a new Toyota, you can practically make summer stand still. From making a splash in a Highlander to fitting in more fun in a Camry or tackling a trailhead in a RAV4 hybrid. Who's a good boy? Enjoy the last of summer in an exciting new Toyota during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Save big on America's best-selling car, Toyota Camry. Like this electrified Camry Hybrid with fuel savings over $5,700. Save even more with 1.9 APR financing.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
It's been through 3 generations, going on 9 cribs. So when we talk about this house, we do it with love, not through some chatbot.
I completely understand.
Insurance at AAA. We take policies personally.
Need to track weather on the go? Get the first alert with the WKYT weather app, alerting you first. It's what we do. WKYT First Alert Weather. Closed captioning on WKYT is brought to you by Cumberland Valley National Bank. Bank better.
Tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot is $36 million, and Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $20 million.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
You want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
Welcome to CBS Mornings.
See something new. It's a feast for the eyes.
Yeah, look at it. Learn something new. I think this is so fun.
Meet someone new.
Look who we just found hanging in the green room.
How about that? This is going to be awesome. I cannot wait.
There's always something new under the sun.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
The Casa Superhero Run is returning to Windstar Farm on Saturday, August 27th. It features a chip-timed 5K run walk and a 1K fun run just for the kids. There'll be superheroes, a costume contest, train rides, face painting, inflatables, free food, and more. All proceeds benefit Casa of Lexington and their mission to end child abuse and neglect. All kids need heroes. Abused kids need superheroes. Register at LexSuperheroRun.com.
The Kentucky basketball team will leave for the Bahamas in a few days, but today, C.J. Frederick, along with former UK guard Kellen Grady, hosted a camp at the Sports Center in Lexington. The 2-day camp has been in the works since last summer. It's been a very busy week for C.J. as he and his teammates prepare for the Bahamas, but he's looking forward to returning to competitive basketball.
We got 2-a-days right now, not really looking forward to that, but, another opportunity to play against competitive players and professional players. I haven't played basketball in a year, so it's going to be a good test to see where I'm at and just to kind of get the hiccups out of the way on games that don't count for your wins and losses. But obviously we're out there trying to win. But it'll be good for me just to kind of get my feet wet early.
Now, this was a cool moment at today's camp. One of the campers showed up wearing Crocs because he didn't have any basketball shoes. So the good folks over there at the Sports Center bought him some shoes and then had Kellen and CJ present them to him. Check it out. They even put them on and tied him for him. What a cool moment there, and certainly a moment this little guy won't soon forget. And take a look at this. Speaking of the Bahamas, Kentucky basketball showing off its new Bahamas uniforms today. A white one, a blue one, a black design. I got to say, they look really sharp, and these are not the uniforms the team will wear during the season, but remember, it's already been announced that the Wildcats Nike uniforms will have a updated new look this year. On Tuesday night, Kentucky and Gonzaga announced a home-and-home series with this season's game taking place in Spokane, followed by a game in Lexington in 2023. Well, today we learned that the game on November the 20th in Spokane will now take place at the Spokane Arena, which holds a little more than 12,000 fans, instead of Gonzaga's on-campus arena, McCarthy Athletic Center, known as the Kennel, where the capacity is just over 6,000. Now, John Calipari said that he hopes the larger venue will allow more Kentucky fans to attend, and then Cal joked that anybody that wants us to play in a 6,000-seat facility wants us to lose. Well, certainly it's been tough for Eastern Kentucky lately, and schools from around the region are helping those high school football teams in the mountains who are in need of places to practice. Well, today Madison Central rolled out the wagon for Hazard High School. Hazard coach Dan Howard says he's grateful.
Coach McPeak and Coach Wells, they call and say, hey, we got you. You come down here, we'll take care of it. You stay in our dorms, we'll take care of it. We'll feed you. And then, Coach Holcomb is, everybody knows Coach Holcomb. He's a legend and a great guy. And I call him up and say, Coach, we need a field to come and practice. He said, just let me know we need to be here. We'll take care of it. And just, it doesn't surprise me, though. Like I said, he's a great guy, and he's an Eastern Kentucky boy. So it's, we all look out for each other.
And that's sports. We'll be right back.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
There are no words to describe the perfect pairing of Zaxby's hand-breaded fingers and our 12 delectable sauces. But there is a sound, and that sound is The Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with endless sauce abilities. Only at Zaxby's.
Grandma? Up for a road trip? Yeah.
What do you say we pack our things and get out of here? I've been saving all my life just to disappear. Can I hold you to that? We could see the world. 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 See the world.
Plan your trip at ohio.org.
For 45 years now, Ford F-Series has had the #1 position locked up. And during the summer sales event at your local Ford dealer, you can lock down a great deal thanks to this limited time offer. When you pre-order a 2023 F-150 at your local Ford store, you can lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months. So no matter what interest rates do, you're locked in. For the best deals on America's best-selling trucks, visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
How's it working out with Benny here at the credit union?
Yeah.
I'll be right with you, man. My bad.
Benny's better at football. We're better at banking.
He's working out, in a sense.
UK Federal Credit Union. It's banking, only better.
Every search you make, every click you take, every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
The internet doesn't have to be so creepy. DuckDuckGo is a free all-in-one privacy app with a built-in search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, and more. Stop companies like Google from watching you by downloading the app today. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Investigate TV, Sunday nights at 12:05 on WKYT.
Hi, I'm Bonnie, and I'm an alcoholic.
How many minutes this meeting have you slept with?
This is a sacred space dedicated to recovery and healing. 6. Couldn't imagine life without getting loaded. I have something even better. I have dignity.
Mom. Weeknights at 11 on the CW Lexington.
We didn't have no time to get nothing out of my little apartment in the basement. I lost everything.
After the sun comes up, we'll start to see all the devastation come into light, and there will be plenty of it.
We have water rescue crews out here trying to get people out of mobile homes.
We're getting roads that are flooded. We're getting a lot of reports of homes and businesses that are being flooded as well in these same areas.
we're going to have some help, more than what they brung in here the last flood.
Need to track weather on the go? Get the first alert with the WKYT weather app.
All right, we saw some storms today, and that could be what's going to see over the next couple of days.
Look at the radar all of a sudden in western Kentucky. You go 2 hours ago, nothing. All of a sudden now, slow-moving thunderstorms that are going up. The flood threat that is into western Kentucky developing over the next few hours is going to roll its way to the east as we go into tonight, and that's going to take us into tomorrow and likely tomorrow night as well. It's not constant rain, but you know what? A week ago, it wasn't constant rain. We saw what happened. These thunderstorms are going to put it down in a short amount of time.
It's just a repeat pattern.
It is. All the way through next week.
We do want to thank you so much for joining us for WKYT News. It's been a rough time.
Yeah, and we also want to say thank you. Chris, you were there yesterday. I was there today out at the ARH drop-off site. An incredible amount of kindness shown. So thank you if you're one of our viewers that's been out there to donate.
Keep thinking about the folks in eastern Kentucky. Have a good night.